Mr. Kalagu, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kalagu. Yes, the leader of Ipob, Nnamdi Kanu, is calling on Nigerians, the Middle Belters, Yorubas, and all the rest indigenous population in Nigeria to join IPOB to boycott 2019 general election. And looking at it, IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, is seeking for their freedom. And the rest of Nigerians, they are not seeking for their freedom. So how are we going to bring these two issues together?
Yes, bringing the two issues together. One, Nigeria was created out of fraud without the input of the indigenous population that make up Nigeria. Secondly, Nigerian constitution was formulated by the Abdul Salami Abubakar military junta. And the constitution itself lied against itself by saying on the preamble that we, the people of Nigeria, whereas it wasn't the people of Nigeria that gathered together to make that constitution. So Nigerians must adhere and follow the indigenous people of Biafra to boycott every elections conducted by the Nigerian state, because Nigeria has expired. Nigeria expired on the 31st of December 2013. So from 1st of January 2014, Nigeria has been living on a borrowed time. So because of that, the indigenous population in Nigeria must boycott the elections, and they ask for indigenous, autochthonous a constitution that is made by the people.
By the people.
Yes. So these are the reasons why elections must be boycotted. Secondly, there is killings going on in Nigeria on every day.
Yeah.
And the people that are killing these people has never been arrested for once. Nobody has been arrested or prosecuted for killing the people in Nigeria. Everywhere there is killing, and the government does nothing about it. Instead, what the government does, they come out to lie. They say that they have defeated Boko Haram. And even yesterday, the Boko Haram wanted to invade Maiduguri. They are killing every day, and all these killings going on in Nigeria are underreported.
So right now, do you think that the killings going on in Nigeria is as a result of the constitution that imposed on the people?
Yes, it is.
Because you said that Abu Salami Abubakar wrote the constitution and imposed it on the people. So the killings going on, do you think that is because of the constitution?
Yes, it is because of the constitution, because what you see going on in Nigeria is a Fulani jihad. Why do we have Fulani jihad? It's because we have a jihadi constitution formulated by the Fulanis. And inside that Fulani constitution, they made it clear and put Sharia, Islam, mosque, Muslims, all of them is inside the constitution. But there is no mention of Christian. There is no mention of Christianity. There is no mention of church. There is no mention of the Bible in the Nigerian constitution.
And based on that, the Quran empowered Muslims to go against those they believe that they are not there.
Yes, those who are infidels. You can remember that a lady from Deeper Life was beheaded in Abuja,
and nothing happened. So in this case, you are saying that the constitution of Nigeria, due to that the Christianity and the other religion is sect Muslim, is not that the constitution has now empowered the Northerners, the Fulanis, to kill Nigeria.
Of course, that is exactly
so what because of that you are saying right now that the Nigerians should come together and make indigenous constitution.
Yes,
that is what you are saying.
Yes, a constitution that is generally acceptable for the people of Nigeria. But for the people of Biafra, our stance is very, very clear right from the beginning.
Okay, so what you're saying right now is that through the boycott of the election, the indigenous population of Nigeria cannot make a demand.
Of course. You can take, for instance, few days ago, the Nigerian Labour Congress, although they are disjointed because they don't have a force, but due to they were seeking for their selfish interest, because they want their salaries to be increased. If you could remember, there was a time when this administration increased the price of petroleum resources, and those petroleum increase affects every generality of people that make up the contraption Nigeria. And the Nigerian Labour Congress, they couldn't fight for the ordinary people in order to influence the government to reduce the price of the petrol. And today they are seeking for the government to increase their salaries of 30,000 naira, of which they embarked upon a strike. And as soon as they embarked upon the strike, the government called them and they negotiated. Although some part of the presidency has refuted that they have agreed to pay the 30,000 naira. But what I'm trying to point out in this is that when you boycott, they will listen to you.
They will listen
yes.
to you.
Why are these people brazenly stealing the resources of the contraption called Nigeria? Is because the citizens are docile. When the politicians, they use your money to build estates in America, they take their children to London, they take their girlfriend to Switzerland based on the money that they are extracting from our land. We don't do anything. We don't do anything. When they come back for electioneering, we foolishly go out to troop in mass to support them, and they continue to renew the enslavement which they have imposed upon us. So what I am saying in effect is this: immediately you boycott these elections, shut everything down, you will see a better change. What is 30,000 naira as a minimum wage? Whereas senators are taking millions on daily basis. So every Nigerian must wake up. The suffering is too much. If you remember what you pass through on daily basis in Nigeria, you don't need me to come here and tell you to boycott every election. Boycott every election and see the result the next day. Because the only tool that you have against these politicians is to boycott this election. The international community is watching, looking to see maybe the Nigerian people, the Nigerian populace enjoys suffering. That is why, whether the politicians executed anything or not, they must go to vote. If you look at the infrastructure, there is no infrastructure. There is no social amenities in Nigeria. There is no social service. The government doesn't do anything for the people. You pay for your education. You pay for everything that you use as an individual. The only important that they have is to mount roadblocks in your streets. When you go to the market, coming back, soldiers will stop you and collect your money. So because of all these reasons, we ask our people to boycott every election conducted by the Nigerians. As it is in Nigeria today, you can agree with me that in Nigeria, there is no functional school system. In Nigeria, as it stands now, everything in Nigeria has been relegated to the background. So why are we voting? And now, if votes doesn't count, because you can go to vote, but those that give the result are the people that are doing the re-voting. Because if you look at the posture of the Nigerian system, you see that it is now strategically placed under the Fulani control. Who is the election umpire? Is the relation to the person in Aso Rock? Who is the army chief? The security services is dominated by the Fulanis. So go to the court also, you see that they are dominated by the Fulanis. So when you go to vote, even they have already registered underage voters and got themselves prepared, waiting for the day for them to declare the result. The porous nature of the border between Nigeria and Niger that leads to Maradi in Niger Republic is open. And they have already made a strategic plan for the inflow of Fulanis from those areas into Nigeria to participate. And
so you're saying that there will be no free and fair election? There
is nothing like free and fair election. That is the reason why you see they only pay lip services during elections and make promises and at the end you will see that nothing was implemented. Look at this administration. Since 2015, they passed a budget for 2015, they passed budget for 2016, they passed budget for 2017 and 2018, and they say they will also pass budget. What is the impact of this huge amount of money in the budgetary allocation? You see that a president, one person, is eating a day inside the budget 30 million naira. One man, just one person. So why will you go and vote?
So
are you voting for what?
No need to vote.
No need.
So don't get me wrong, Nigerians. Nigeria jaga jaga now.
We got hear some reality right here. Turn up my microphone. Shit. Russ, I better turn my microphone on. Shit. It's time to hear some reality. 204. Abdul-Karim. What up?
Nigeria jaga jaga. Everything scatter scatter. Come on, they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air. Nigeria jaga jaga. Everything scatter. Come on, they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air. I'm rock, came to your house. You know, take more than your wife. You went straight up to your bedside. Bossa, say straight down, you're down. Which I'm rob, I know I'm money. Which I'm rob, I know I'm Johnny. Now political, I'm rob, I be that. Now waiting the girl, Nigeria, oh. Nigeria, jaga.
Areas destroyed during the January 27, 2002 bomb
Come on,
blast.
they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air. Nigeria, jaga. Everything scatter. Come on, they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air. If you say Kiyamo, Pia, they lock him for jail for Abuja. Kingsley Agbe himself, they forget. Had you been there, 9 feet all of them. Yekba, inside prison. Everything scatter. Come on, they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air, what ya say? Nigeria, jaga. Everything scatter. Come on, they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air. Nigeria, jaga. Everything scatter. Come on, they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air. Africa, please do love your land. Africa is no more the land. We did grow. Hey, there's still that one. We did grow. There's still that one. What about Koja now? Once you go, Waja, Nepa, once you did Ebola. For one night for Nigeria, they get to Ikeja, now 100 naira. West Coast in a popular action film for Nigeria. It is which I'm still doing now. We did lead big rise, buy estate for Calabar. That Nanaderia Mafia for Nigeria. Everything's jaga. Woman, they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air, what ya say? Nigeria, jaga. Everything scatter. Woman, they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air. Nigeria, jaga. Everything scatter. Woman, they suffer. Bossa, gunshot in the air.